Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome to another beautiful evening of session of Spadas. As you can see, it's really dark today, and the moon is above, as you can see, because today's session is really special, and I'm gonna take you through it. Just give me a sec. I just wanted you to realize that the moon is protecting us and is above us, because Spadas is not just about exercising the body; it's about exercising the mind, the heart, the mentality, the spirituality, the body, everything. Because as a human, you're whole when everything about you is intact. So Spadas is about taking into consideration your surroundings, your atmosphere, your location, what is present. And at the moment, the moon is present. So we're going to deal with that. So boom things. Okay, so the studio lighting is in. Okay. So what's special about today's session? Today's session, again, we're focusing on stroke victims, and people with mobility issues, even heart attack victims who are immobile and they're lying down. Do you see what I mean? Anyone in anything that resembles a coma. But today we're focusing on stroke victims. One thing I noticed about stroke victims is sometimes when half of their body, their left side, shuts down, they find it hard to talk because the muscles on this side, even the eye becomes lazy, the mouth, everything, and then their mouth twists to the side like that. It must be heart-wrenching for the individual going through the pains and the catastrophe of stroke. But sometimes we forget the people who love the person going through it, how they feel. Imagine, if you could just make everything better again. But you know you can't. You become a helpless person. Do you see what I mean? But every situation is an opportunity to learn. So then you take your time and you start to learn. How can I help? Well, I can't. So I need to see, I need to look, I need to learn, I need to feel. And then once I go through these, then I can see where I can help with that and that and that. So one thing I noticed was the mouth thing, as well as other things. We go through them one by one. And I realized, you see, the treatment of stroke victims, it requires a lot of exercise. But understand, it requires something that the person is incapable of doing comfortably at the moment. So you have to find avenues in which that person can gain that mobility back. You have to exercise their strongest part, their mind, their organs, their heart, their feelings, their emotions, their love, their care, their worries. You have to exercise these things. Things that will make the person strong spiritually. Things that will make this person strong mentally. Things that will make this person strong in every way to want to get up. Because the thing most people don't realize about stroke is a mind shutdown. Your mind, everything's okay. That's the problem. Everything is okay, but the mind is not connecting to them. The mind is not connecting through the nerves. So because the mind is not controlling them, you are incapable of working them. And therefore, inactivity starts to make you fat. Inactivity starts to make that place hurt. And you find that stroke victims are in a lot of pain. Tonight's exercise is something that someone in those conditions should do every night before they sleep. In fact, any patient in a hospital should be put into these conditions where there's oxygen, where the atmosphere, the natural atmosphere is nice, and the person should breathe in life. You see, so today's exercise, we're going to exercise a muscle that most people do not realize that when you exercise, everything about you will become strong. In fact, most people do not recognize this muscle as a muscle, and they do not recognize it as something that needs exercising. In fact, when they find that you have exercised this muscle, you're normally told to shut up, because this muscle causes a lot of confusion. And the problem is, people with stroke find it hardest to use this muscle. They can't tell you what they want from you, what they need from you. And this must be heart-wrenching. This must be burning inside. Someone who was absolutely capable, now unable to even go to the toilet by themselves. First, they have to go through the shame of allowing other people to do that. You don't realize how hard it is to be ill. And if there's something you can do to help, my God, do it. So today, we're exercising the tongue. The tongue. By way of whistling. Listen carefully. We're exercising the tongue by way of whistling. In Tree, the tongue has two names. One is ketrema, ketrema. People think the name of the tongue in Tree is ketrema, but it's actually a sentence where the name of the tongue is actually the word ke, and then trema is a description of what ke looks like. So what? Ke means tongue, tre means long, ma means full. You see your tongue? This is not it. It's the beginning of your tongue. Your tongue is actually very long and it's full of it. And it's inside you. It's anatomical science. Your tongue is long. Ke, tre, ma. Tongue that is long and full inside you. This muscle is actually your strongest, because get this. If you're broken and you need to prove that you invented running, but your legs are broken, you can't prove it. Because they will tell you, okay, run, let's see. You can't. How did you invent running with a broken leg? But whatever the situation, if your tongue is wise and if your tongue is strong, you can fight your case. So today, we're going to exercise one of our strongest, if not our strongest, our defender, our ketrema. We're going to use the action of whistling. When you whistle, you control, you tense in. So imagine you're a stroke patient, you're not able to move much, but you're able to digest food. We're going to help you aid digestion faster, because mobility is not something you're able to use to digest. We're going to use the act of whistling. You'll see what I do. We're going to use tension. So you tense wherever you can tense. Whatever you can tense, tense. Whistle, but whistle deep. The rows, follow the song, follow. We're going to exercise you from within, out. The heart. You're breathing in and you're letting the air out. You're refilling and filling and in. Listen, we're going in deep. So just follow. We're going to start off slow, and then we're going to go finish off the exercise with some, you know what I mean? But right now, we're going from lame, just exercising that which makes the inner core strong. Okay. Okay, let's go. Today, because we're whistling on top, we're gonna go a bit, you know what I mean? So, let's take it from here.